My name's Josh, and we're out here because of the number of veteran suicides. The fact that when you call the suicide hotline, it tells you to call back in 24 hours or they'll return the call. The bureaucracy that is the VA. They spend billions of dollars on electricity, maintaining empty buildings, empty housing buildings, while veterans sleep on the streets. That's the main reasons that we're out here.
Are you a veteran yourself?
I am not a veteran.
Why is this issue important to you?
I come from a veteran family, a Navy family. Grew up around vets, understand the cause, understand that they go through PTSD, that they need help. They need someone to talk to.
Well, what do you think about the White House's military veterans effort to make sure that the military or veterans, when they come back home, have what they need?
They're doing a very poor job of it.
What should they do?
They should get rid of all the pencil pushers and get veterans in here to do the job. They should stop the bureaucracy, basically. Stop the waiting line. If a person needs help, they should be pushed up to the front.
Talk about the waiting line, the waiting period.
Line. We have one guy named Frosty. We're waiting 37 years on benefits. He left D.C. because they wouldn't help him. Now he lives in Virginia, where they won't help him.
She's been waiting 20 years. Nothing.
Your mom?
She's in New York City still waiting for her benefits that they reported they were going to give her. My dad, same thing, 20 years. Can't get anything. The $175 million that they spend every year on vacant buildings versus the 900,000 claims that sit on their desk. That $175 million could be going to those 900,000 claims sitting on their desk right now. And the fact that these people have personal chauffeurs that drive them around all day, and they have homeless vets that sleep out here. They haven't even notioned to help at all any of the homeless vets that actually happen to sleep out here. Instead, they get picked on and talked down about. It's sad and it's a shame. This building hopes to take care of the veteran, his family, and his children. And instead, his children, his wife, and himself get thrown to the street. It needs to stop.
What is your name?
Right.
How old are you?
24. My mom and dad are vets. My dad, he lost his leg, and my mom, she took a couple bullets and has severe PTSD. My mom, growing up, I got the secondhand part of it. What they call secondhand, there's like a hand down PTSD. Basically, I'd walk into my mother's room, and she would she'd have these night terrors, and I'd go in there to try to comfort her, and she used to beat me. My mom used to drink because that's the only thing that she could cope with. My dad was the same way. He would just drink because he couldn't cope with his
What happened
problems.
to your leg?
I'm a hit and run victim. I got ran over.
You got run over?
I got ran over on 13th and King Street on my bike, and she kept on driving. Yeah.
And they allow you to sit right out here?
Surprisingly, yeah.
In D.C., you can sleep on any public sidewalk.
It's a law, but we're doing something positive. We're trying to help. The fact that this building only claims 283,000 veterans, and there's way more than that. I think the state statistic of how many veterans are there, over 750,000 homeless veterans. They only quoted 283,000, and the numbers are constantly going up. Same thing with the suicide rate, constantly going up. And their answer is silence. That's the best way, because if they don't do their job and they keep quiet, the veteran is either going to die on the street or he's going to kill himself.
What tour of duty did your parents?
My mom, she was an SB4 nuclear engineer in Landstuhl, Germany. My father was a combat engineer. My mom was also part of special operations. She doesn't tell me as much as far as.
Do you get very many veterans come by and chat with you? What do they say?
We have, where is it? Right here.
Actually, three veterans started this.
Veteran Benefits Administration. These guys are in North Carolina. They're a major supporter, and they're trying to help fight for it. Frosty, Ed Hunt, and John Penley are the three people that started this movement.
Okay. And so, if you could tell them anything inside, what would you like to tell them?
Do your job.
I would really honestly say start opening up crisis lines. A crisis house for people who have PTSD and homeless veterans on the street, instead of saying you got to fill out a piece of paper and be put on a waiting list. Start using these buildings that they're paying $175 million for, and start opening up them into shelters, just refurbish them and give them homes instead of throwing them out on the streets or expecting them to hold a piece of cardboard till they die from just the elements of the planet. You know, being stuck out in the cold.
Shoes and clothes.
I mean, you got Hickey, who's the head beneficiary of this whole, the head of the benefits. She comes out in fancy clothes all the time. I'm talking about like, she has Prada, custom-made Prada. She doesn't make enough to be walking around with custom-made Prada, personal 3 different chauffeur vehicles. Petzl's the same way. He's got 5 cars. He got 5 personal chauffeurs. This is one of them. He has a Porsche truck. He has a Chrysler. 300 Amps, usually parked across the street. I mean, and this is what the personal chauffeur drives. The SS Camaro right there. Where's all this money coming from?
How do you know whose car is
I
who?
sit out here every day and I study all of this stuff. And it just needs to stop. I mean, if you're going to oath to do something, just do it. If you're going by what a president says, just do it.
What would you like to say to the president?
What I'd like to say to him, honestly, help the veterans, because they deserve it more than anybody in this country, including me, including the guy that's standing over there, or the guy that's holding a sign down the street. The veterans serve this country to fight for what you guys believe is right. Start doing a better job of taking care of them.